Yeah, don't go after the Germans. We've seen what they're capable of. All right, let's move on to play this thing for the top of the show in 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, finished testing that game yet? I've got another one I need designed.
We just finished level 3 and need to tighten up the graphics a little bit.
Great.
Community.
The morning stream. You're soaking in it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back, or two for the first time, or whatever freaking stage you're at with the TMS show. It's the morning stream, damn it. It's February 1st, 2021. It's 2121 today.
Oh, yeah, there you go. There's another fun one. We had 12121 last month.
Yeah, that was
Today
a good
is
one.
2121. Today is also my son Tristan's 24th birthday. Wrap your mind around that business.
Yeah, I just saw that in the on my calendar and went, how is this possible? How is he 24?
Yeah.
Wait, that makes him just shy of being able to rent a car.
Oh, is it 25 to rent? I actually thought it was 24 to rent.
Oh, maybe it is now. When I was 24 or 25 was the limit, and I remember
25.
It
was a very good year. I could rent a car from Avis or Hertz and drive it and steer.
the fake ID. But yeah, I think that was it. I remember being all stoked about it and doing my first rental I think I did it in.
Maybe it is 25. You know, that's sounding more familiar. So really there's no benefit to 24.
Let's see. When can I rent a car? Let's just find
Other
out.
than
Let's
you
do some
could
education.
watch an episode of 24 every day for each year that you've been alive.
There you go. Think of that. That's pretty good. Okay, here it is. How old is too old to rent? Not too old. Car rental under 25. Okay, there is a minimum age to rent a vehicle at 21 years old. There's no maximum age or restriction in the United States or Canada. Well, then why does everyone always say 24 or 25? How to rent a car when you know why? Because I guess it's just cost prohibitive. It's like extremely expensive.
The insurance probably. Yeah.
So you don't want to be doing that.
Yeah.
You don't want to.
We had all sorts of sayings at my company, former company, the health and fitness section, if I could use your phone company that I worked for. Lots of sayings about road travel, right? Like number 1, rule of road travel: you never leave a man behind. Number 2 rule: never leave a paper trail. That came from a sales department guy who liked to visit the strip clubs when he was traveling.
Okay. Plus, you don't want to leave a man behind there as well.
You never want to leave a man behind there either. Well, unless he says, "Leave me behind, save yourselves."
Yeah.
Number 3, there's no curb too high for a rental car.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So
This is great.
it's like, whenever we'd go over a huge bump or go over a curb or something, same sales guy, as a matter of fact, would say, "No curb too high for a rental car."
Wow.
And this is why I'll never buy a used car that was previously a rental car.
Yeah, I don't trust that stuff at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like at all. Like, because I even did weird stuff in rentals when I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
We'd take them places we weren't supposed to, and then go through the wash thing just to hide our evidence. But
Right.
I don't want to buy that. No, thank you.
No.
There's all kinds of problems. Anyway, you can probably get a good deal, though. We're not telling you what to do, everybody. Don't listen to us. We don't know. We're just lame.
Yeah, sure. Buy a rental car. See if we care.
Yeah, do what you want to do. Speaking of doing things you're supposed to do, so a little follow-up on Wendy's advice last Thursday regarding her mindful eating push she made here on the show. And the goal there being, hey, diets, all diets and fad diets are fad diets, and they don't really, what ultimately works has very little to do with the diet you're on. If you find one that gets you there, great, but the point is that it's a change of your brain. Like your brain needs to look at eating differently.
The diet itself isn't what makes you lose weight. It's the mental change that you go through
right
to meet the goals of that or the rules of that diet.
And if you find a diet that is adherent to that, great. But if not, then that's okay, because the idea here is mindful eating. No matter what you're doing, you don't. If you do it right, you don't need a diet at all. Is her thinking, right? So I decided to take that stuff seriously from Thursday through today and just work on it.
Yep.
I did better, but it was harder than I thought, because you really don't think about it. Like, I would like to present Exhibit A. Here we go. This right here.
Half-eaten bag of Cheetos.
Here's a bag of
chicharrones
fried pork rinds, instant chili and salt. Considered a better brand, like a well-made brand or whatever. A high source of protein, very little calories, and not a lot of fat, or at least not the kind of fat that you worry about with like cholesterol and things. So it's not like this is a horrible thing to eat.
Sure.
But what happens is I mindlessly eat them. Right?
Was that bag full when it arrived in your studio?
Well, it's been about 2.5 weeks. So
okay, that's not bad then. That's good.
I didn't just mow through it. But what I did find myself doing, I think it was on Friday while I was prepping for another show, is just sort of mindfully eating these, or mindlessly eating.
Mindlessly, yeah, right.
And when I did that, I had to catch myself and go, no, wait a minute. This is what she's talking about. This isn't a meal. This is me snacking for no good reason. I'm not actually hungry. I'm just eating these for no reason. So when I stopped and thought about that, I quit eating them. And so little steps is what I'm saying.
So
I'm not
just thinking about it. Being aware of what you're doing is
right.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I mean, it's just the most sensible thing in the world to say. Pay attention to what you're doing, basically, is what she's saying. But it's harder than you think, because you're doing other stuff and you have whatever habits you have. But it went better than usual. It was hard. I'm noticing that I notice when I'm going, oh, well, I'm just going to grab a handful of these. And then my brain goes, well, why are you grabbing? What are you doing that for? And I'm like, well, because I think I'm hungry. Are you really? Well, no. Yeah. Like, I guess I'm not really. Like, and so as a result, I don't think there was any, tangible weight loss to show, but I think I know I ate less over the weekend than I would have.
Yeah, if you keep that up, then there will be tangible weight loss to show for sure.
Yeah.
Knowing that, all right, you don't recognize you're full until 20 minutes after you're actually full. Your brain doesn't get that thing. So yeah, I tried slowing down this week or this weekend. Did a lot of the same things, actually, you're talking about. Went on a nice walk yesterday with Tina, took the dog out, went on a longer than usual walk. As we're coming back, we see a bunch of kids on the corner holding signs. I'm thinking, oh no, what are they protesting? Like, what's going on?
Uh-oh.
And now they're selling Girl Scout cookies. So on the way back from our nice walk, came back with a box of Thin Mints, a box of Do-si-dos, and a whatever their peanut butter patty things are called now. Tagalongs? Is that what those are?
Freaking pushers, freaking drug pushing little kids.
I will say, one box has been opened, and exactly 2 cookies have been removed from that box. Tina ate one. I ate the other one.
That's a mindful way to eat those cookies.
That is mindful. That is like, we're like, 1 cookie? Yes, I will have 1 cookie.
Well, see, you did well. Now, where I failed, so as much as I'm pleased with my snacky changes, and by the way, Claire Gack says boredom's a killer. I'm never bored.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't even know what boredom means. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist for me anymore. I'm never bored. It's more like the busier I am, the more I'm snacking. So
yes, right.
It's opposite for me. But anyway, so we're at Taylor's house. There was a COVID scare, because Dylan's dad thought he had it, and then informed everybody that he'd been in contact with.
Oh gosh.
Happened to be the night before they were Taylor and Dylan and the baby were over there getting some. For a smoker, you need briquettes or something, or kind of wood. I don't know what you need, but he had whatever they needed for his smoker, because they were going to have
whatever wood he wants to use, like cherry wood or mesquite or
exactly. And his dad's a big time smoker guy. I don't know anything about this stuff, so they're not coming to me. But he was going to make a big to do with meat and everything for Van's 2-year birthday, and it was just going to be us and them, and no big deal. But because of the scare, he let everybody know, and then they let us know. Don't come over. We're all getting tested. So Dylan's dad got tested. Taylor, Dylan, and the baby. The baby got the up the nose brain tickler test. Did not like that. He did not like that at all.
No, who would? And that's, and trying to explain that to Van, like, okay, we need to do this to make sure you don't have some horrible disease.
Yeah, he hated that. But anyway, they got it all done. And then we were just like, well, I guess we're just not having the party. We'll do this some other time. And you do it, a 12-day, stay away and all that. Right. So, but then the next morning they get news that all of them were negative. He's just got some cold. And everybody's negative. They all tested negative. Oh, so good. We went over and did it. Now, here's the reason I'm telling you this story. I was so excited to go over there and spend time with the kid and have the 2-year deal and all that. Mm-hmm. Little did I know that this smoker was chock full of amazing things. Okay.
Oh, no.
Chicken.
Okay.
And smoked. He even smoked an egg in there, which was crazy. That was the weirdest thing. Yeah.
Oh,
it was
cool.
really
so
good.
hard-boiled egg or
it was raw when he put it in. When it came out, it was hard-boiled.
Okay, gotcha. So a whole egg as opposed to like cracking an egg into something. Exactly. And smoking that. He smoked it in the shell.
Yeah, in the shell. And so the shell was all like crispy dark or whatever, and you had to take it off and stuff. So there's that, and then there was what else do you have in there? Oh, Taylor used an air fryer and made some other stuff. So anyway, the bottom line was there was this like amazing assortment. Oh, we did shrimp on skewers and stuff like that. Anyway, nice. And I forgot we did a fish, freaking salmon. Did a salmon in there
in the smoker.
Yeah, and it was
nice. That's the way to do it.
Amazing, like just drop dead killer amazing. And this is where I forgot to eat mindfully. I ate like 6 of those chicken
mindlessly.
Legs. And they weren't like little chicken like wings like you get at Buffalo Wild Wings, not like little ones. These were like big full-size chicken legs, and I ate like 5 of those damn things. And by the time I got done, I went, well, that's nothing like what Wendy told me 2 days ago.
Now it is chicken, so it's better for you than than if it was like a ton of red meat, I guess, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, it's not the word, and we didn't bury this stuff in sauce or anything. Mm-hmm. It was just kind of
if it's smoked, then you probably needed very little, if any, sauce at all.
Yeah, so you're right. It could have been worse. They had an amazing cake that her friend makes that's like insane, but I didn't eat any of that because I'm not allowed. So it wasn't that bad, but still, I should have eaten 2 legs of chicken.
Here's the important thing is that you've realized it, you're aware of it, and as opposed to like just the feeling guilty the next day, you're like, yep, okay, I screwed that up, I need to do better at that. And that's the key to switching your mindset over to that, is just recognizing, all right, yeah, screwed that up, but you know what, next time I'm over there for a smoker barbecue, I'm gonna cut it back a little bit and maybe have a little bit more, a big glass of water before I eat anything, so it'll help me feel full, or a salad or whatever.
Sure.
And 1 piece of chicken or 2 pieces of chicken.
And I did eat a lot of. We had like a carrot plate and all that stuff. So I did do a lot of that. So I guess I shouldn't feel that bad. But you're right. The point is, everybody do this. Be more mindful about what you eat.
There you go.
Okay. You'll be fine.
I currently have a new freelance client whose website I'm working on that is a local butcher. And so it's basically like lamb, beef, pork. Those are their 3 primary meats that they supply, and they're doing a deal with me where it's going to be some paid in cash, some in trade.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have a freezer full of meat.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Which is good.
Yeah.
But it's also like, I'm trying to figure out, all right, what can I sous vide some lamb shoulder or some
100% you can
belly.
Get in there. Yeah, get that done, man.
It's gonna be total sous vide time.
Yeah, sous vide everything. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Put it all.
Can it be sous vide? Of course it can. If it can be cooked, I'm gonna make some toast in the sous vide. Let's see how it goes.
I watched somebody make ice cream in there, and I couldn't believe it. So
what?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, they made ice cream in there. Now they still had to freeze it after. But the entire process was in there. It was crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah. I was, I don't know who it was. Someone at our house, they came over and did it while we were this is the pre-COVID times when things were normal. And somebody came over and said, hey, I'm going to sous vide this ice cream tonight. You guys are going to be blown away. I'm like, really? That sounds weird. And they did it.
Because you gotta like the stuff you put into the ice cream freezer. You do have to kind of cook it up because it sometimes has egg and milk and
Right.
Stuff like that and vanilla. But then you you take it out of the sous vide and freeze it. I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's totally what they did.
Okay,
and he had some
cool.
kind of speedy freezer, this neighbor, so you could just like take
Was it
home.
creamy? Because usually that doesn't the process wouldn't inject any air into it.
It was very creamy.
Really? Okay.
That's when I could eat ice cream too.
Sure.
Those are fun days.
Halo Top
Yeah.
might be your answer.
All right. Still looking at those. Oh, I did get some. Oh, it's not down here. I got some monk fruit chocolate bark, which is supposed to be really good. Net zero carbs. Smart choice thing. Same people that make the monk fruit sweetener I get. So I'll share that out when I find the damn thing. All right, there's that. Hey guys, guess what? It's Wednesday. I don't know if you knew that or not, or Monday. It's not Wednesday. It's Monday.
It's also not January 1st, which apparently the Twitch stream says January 1st.
Oh, does it say January? Oops.
Yeah.
Oops. I'll fix that. Anyway, as a result, we do a fun game here, Babble Royale, 801-471-0462. I can't do anything right today. That'll get you in here. Oh, yeah, you're right. It does say that. Now it'll say 2. Yeah. I'm going to fix that.
Oh, I need to switch it so you can actually hear. So I'm going to switch my microphone over. So I'm going to disappear for half a second.
All right. While he disappears, I'm going to play a little intro music that will signify our guest's arrival. Yeah, that's right. Brian Dunaway enters the room, but does he leave? Hello, Brian.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Hey, man.
One Brian enters, one Brian leaves, or vice versa.
That's right.
Yeah.
See, that's a thing with this show.
That's right.
2 Brian enters, but they enter at different times.
That reminds me.
There can only be one.
Somebody told me they don't believe this whole thing about you, that you're the one in our lives that says Reese's Pieces. Do you want to go ahead and address that, or? You wanna,
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Do I say Reese PC?
You
what
do.
you say? How'd you say it again?
You say.
Don't. Oh, how do I pronounce it? What?
How does that go again?
Here, I've heard you before say, like when we watched DT and other stuff, you said
Prove it.
Reese's Pieces.
Prove it.
I've heard. I'm going to find it now.
Fake.
Look, I got Jamie. He knows where everything is. He'll go find it.
Reese Pieces.
Yeah. Hey, look, no judgment here. We're going to play a game with you instead, and that involves having a listener on the line, which we do. I'm going to go ahead and unmute them and find out who it is. Hi, thanks for holding. Who's this?
Hi, this is Ryan from Wisconsin.
Well, hello, Ryan from Wisconsin. Something just happened there. Not the Packers losing. There was something else.
Oh,
What
way to
was it?
bring that up again.
There was a big Wisconsin story yesterday, and I was going to bring it up on the show. I don't remember. It doesn't matter because you're not here for that. You're here to win a thing. And Brian Ibbett over here is going to explain today's rules and how you could win it.
Is this Green Bay Spidey, by the way? Or no?
No, it's
Okay.
NC.
That's all right. It's all right if you're not. It's totally fine.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
I know Ryan in Wisconsin, one of our listeners. Maybe he's from Green Bay. But anyway, hey Ryan, welcome to What's Your Nerd? I've interviewed a member of the Tadpool and asked them 9 questions in a subject in which they consider themselves nerdy. Scott and Brian are going to take turns predicting whether or not our guest will get those questions correct. If they predict correctly, they receive a point. The first player to 5 points wins the game. Ryan, as always, your job is to choose which of our 2 hosts will more accurately predict our guest's knowledge in their category. If you're correct, you win our prize package, which includes a PC building simulator. So it's making buildings that are politically correct, which is really, really good.
Yep, exactly. That's what that game is. No way it's different than that. You got it.
No way it's different. It's absolutely that.
Yeah.
And Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey.
Oh, I have that weird game. It's cool. That's a weird,
Is that cool? Is that a
game.
good game?
Yeah, it's beautiful too. Very, very high-end, graphically pleasing game. Yeah, both of these are good picks actually, because you know that thing I've been playing, that Shipbreaker game where you tear ships apart. This PC builder's a lot like the opposite of that, where you are in 3D space building computers, you know, by adding components. Here's our motherboard now. Put in this.
Oh, it really is a PC. I thought it was like it's just a building simulator you play on a PC. So you're actually building computers.
Yeah,
That's
you're
cool.
building computers and trying to make sure they work right and testing them and everything. Like, it may
All
sound
mine
like
keep burning up.
if you're somebody who loves building PCs anyway, you may not love this game because you're just doing this fake thing of a thing you already do for real. But if you don't do that, it's actually pretty fun, mindless sort of. Not mindless,
cool.
but
Oh man, will the power supply support this video card? Oh,
Every time I play it, I have trouble getting a video card.
that's right.
does the game include having to drive back to Micro Center for another cable that you don't have? That weird hard drive cable with the L shape that I never seem to have enough of.
It should have a mini game where you go and fight your neighbor, like fisticuffs with your neighbor to get his 2 cards he's using for Bitcoin mining when they should be used for video cards.
Right, there you go.
Yeah,
exactly.
we need the whole package. That's DLC. Watch for it. Anyway, those are good.
Very
That's
good.
a good pairing. I'm jealous of today's giveaway.
Cool. Well, and big thanks to Wesley for sending these over. Let's see who today's special guest is and find out what's their nerd. Welcome to What's Your Nerd, Kevin Chu, aka Icor. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, thank you.
It's good to have you be part of this. And are you
guys
now
hearing
tell
this?
me
Yeah, we're
what
here.
you told me before is your nerd. What are you an expert on?
I'm going to do Star Wars. Scott always brings up the Star Wars thing. I did his Kickstarter, and he drew a picture of my family, and the picture I sent him was of all of us in Star Wars costumes. So that's why Scott always says that.
Then this should be right up your alley. The narrow-focused Star Wars category that you're getting is the Empire.
Oh,
yeah. So he's going to be answering questions about the Empire, and Scott
And whether or
Bryan are gonna
not
be
he should have
predicting-
made that call against that pitcher that one game. Oh, you said Empire, not umpire. Okay, got it. Got it.
Right. Yes. I'm sorry for the confusion. Yes,
It's
that's
okay.
correct.
I'm here to work through things. It's fine.
All right. So, Ryan, and because you're the caller, you're also going to get to decide who goes first. And you can also decide who you think is going to win. So questions about the Empire that Icor is going to be getting asked. Who do you think is going to win, Scott or Brian?
I think Scott will.
Oh,
okay.
Good.
I do like the Empire. Big fan of the Empire. Of the 2 factions in Star Wars when I was a kid, the one I liked the most was the Empire.
There you go. And who do you want to go
Empire
first?
best?
Oh, sorry. You asked me who goes first? Yeah, who should go first?
Yeah, we'll have Scott go first.
Okay. So
All
I'm
right,
going to go
Scott will
first.
go first.
All
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got to wait for
So
you.
you gotta wait for me.
Sorry, I was all
Okay,
excited.
go ahead.
Darth Vader!
Tell
Can I
me
just
how you
inter-
think he's
can I
going to
just
do on this
say-
first.
Can I just say something to? Oh,
Yeah. Darth Vader, that's the answer.
What
Darth
you're doing
Vader.
there,
Yeah.
all right, Scott. I asked Kevin in the opening crawl, in the original opening crawl, the Galactic Empire is described using what adjective? This is in A New Hope, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. The Galactic Empire is described using what adjective?
Okay, and this is you didn't give him multiple
Dicks.
choice. He just had to know it.
I did not give him multiple choice. Did he know what the answer was? Do you have a guess as far as what you think the answer
I
is?
don't remember. But Icor strikes me as somebody.
Dirty faces.
The failing Galactic Empire. Awesome, Claire Gack.
The
That's
fake
so good.
news empire.
Yes.
Let's go with he'll know it. I don't, but I think he will because he is a real. He says he acts like he's not, but he's a giant nerd about Star Wars.
He is a giant nerd. All right, let's see how he did.
All right.
I'm going to guess evil.
That's
but
a
I don't
really
know that
really
for
good.
sure.
It's a very good guess, and that would be a logical thing, right? Because they're the evil Galactic Empire. No, according to the opening crawl in Episode 4, they are the awesome Galactic Empire.
Oh, what?
Liar.
Shit.
Liar.
That's right. The awesome Galactic Empire, like Spicoli wrote that.
Is it
opening crawl.
really?
Yeah,
Well, back-
the awesome
Bro.
Galactic Empire.
Dunaway,
I thought
remember,
you was yanking my chain.
Listen.
You're being for real.
Look,
for
back
real.
in the 70s, 78 or 6 or whatever it was, awesome wasn't. We hadn't ruined that word yet.
Oh, that's true, because it was the A's and went, awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I'm
Everything
awesome
is
like
awesome,
the
yeah.
Galactic Empire.
Yeah. It was the 80s that ruined that word, not the 70s. So, all right, not the best start, but it's okay.
Of the awesome Galactic Empire. Yeah. All right, so it's Brian's got 1, Scott's got 0, but Scott, you get to keep playing.
Okay,
it's good.
I asked Icor, what does the acronym TIE stand for, as in TIE Fighters?
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I don't know this.
Oh,
I'm a little surprised how much I don't.
Sounds
know
like Brian knows it though.
Oh.
Or Brian just is sitting on attack.
The Testicle Inertia Enterprise. No, I have no idea.
That's exactly right. Now, did Icor know that?
Yeah, that's the question. I'm gonna say in this case he did not know that.
Okay. All right. Let's hear how he did. By the way, the answer is Twin Ion Engine. As a lot of people in the chat room are saying. Oh, did you know that, Brian? Should I ask you?
Thanks for not asking me. Jeez.
Okay, sorry.
I do know that.
Damn it!
It stands for Twin Ion Engine.
That's exactly right. Well done. Oh no! So it's 2-0, Brian.
Yeah, but
I want to win these for him.
We asked Icor, this is still with you, Scott. In The Empire Strikes Back, what is the name of Darth Vader's command ship?
Ooh.
Oh. Is it it's his little TIE fighter in the middle there.
Right, he's got not a TIE fighter, it's like his version of the Star Destroyer that doesn't have the the big old sticky uppy thing on the back with all the
right.
radar globes.
I thought you meant the little when he went into the trenches.
His little
and
TIE
fought.
fighter. Nope.
Yeah.
I think he only flew. Did he fly in that thing in Empire? I think it was only in A New Hope that you see him in his little TIE fighter.
Oh right,
what?
But this thing had the trench for
right.
all the
you
little.
You mean his Pong control that he's doing?
Yes, his little
turning dials.
Pong knob.
Yeah.
Shut up! He's not flying that
those
thing.
guys, I know all of them. They're all just turning knobs. But when he's in the ship in Empire, it's the one with the trench where all his little Nazi friends are down in the trench, like in the ship. Okay, all right.
Yes.
I'm gonna say he knows. I'm gonna say he knows. I don't know.
Brian, do you know the name of it?
The Lincoln. I don't know.
The Lincoln.
All
right, let's see if Icor knows it.
Oh, I should know this. I think I even just read it.
Yeah.
But I can't recall it. It's like the Dominator or the one of those really powerful sounding words, but yeah. I was going Dominator, but I don't think that's correct.
So Dominator, it is. You were close, and you were on the track, right? You knew it was something toward the Executor.
Oh,
the Executor, of course.
Or the Executor, if it's like doling out items from the will.
It's like Windows. Are you running an executable or are you running an executable? See,
right. So not the CPAP.
Not the CPAP.
Not the CPAP.
No.
All right.
That's a different Star Wars.
That's right. Okay. It's 3-0. Brian, Scott, you keep.
This has been the easiest.
I know. I cannot believe how poorly I'm doing. This is bad.
We asked Icor, feeling the element of surprise was wiser. Who foolishly takes the Imperial fleet out of Lightspeed too close to Hoth, alerting the rebels to their presence?
That jerk.
Uh-huh.
Oh. I don't remember his name, but this is why this is
does
hard.
Icor.
I know. Wish I could blame everything on Akbar, but he's a whole movie away.
That's right.
All right, my tendency is to think he doesn't know it, so I'm going to go against what I think, because so far I've thought wrong every time. I'm going to say he knows it.
All right, let's see if he knows it.
That should be Admiral Ozzel.
That is Admiral Ozzel. Very good. Well done, Scott.
Finally. Jeez Louise.
Now you figured it out. Go against what you think.
Yeah.
But don't do that twice. Don't go against what you think by going against what you think.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Jedi mind
man.
trick on you. Don't fall for it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Be like
Exactly.
Looper.
Scott, you keep control. Poor Brian never gets to play.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was the name of the Imperial ship used by the Endor strike team on its mission to disable the shield generator?
Oh.
It's the one with the foldy uppy. It's an
is.
Empire
Yeah.
ship. I have one right over here somewhere. Little one.
Do you?
I'm
It's
gonna
cool,
say
and I like how it folds up.
Yeah, those are cool. Not incredibly practical, but whatever. They're they're opulent. That's what they're supposed to be. So let's say he knows. He knows.
Okay, you're gonna say he knows.
Yeah.
Brian, do you know
I
the
know.
name of it, by the
Of
way?
course, it's the Eat Your Mama.
That's right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's the Eat Your Mama. Yeah.
Eat your mama. All right, let's see how he does.
The Tiberium Orlando class shuttle Tiberium, I think.
I'm giving it to you. Tidarium with a D. Yep, a Tidarium
D?
shuttle.
Okay.
Yep.
Or an
Give it
Ewok.
to you.
Eat Your Mama.
You knew every other letter in that. So
Maybe I'm confusing with James Tiberium Kirk.
all right, Tiberium. Tiberius Kirk.
Okay.
Well done. All right, Scott, closing the gap 2-3. Brian still has the lead, which means you still get control.
Okay.
I asked Icor, after Luke escapes from the carbonite chamber, Darth Vader is impressed that he overcame his fear. What advice does he give young Skywalker right after that?
Because he says impressive.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
It's not
right
really
after
advice, though. I mean,
No, that part's not the advice. I'm trying to remember.
Right,
I'm trying
right.
to roll it back in my head here. Well, some bullshit about you should use it to work with me or something. Let's say he knows. He knows.
Okay. All right. Let's say he knows. Let's see if he knows.
Let's see. Somebody tosses the lightsaber at him. And say something about overconfidence, maybe. No, I can't remember that one.
oh,
That is release your anger.
Yeah, even when you say it, it doesn't sound familiar.
Really?
So
You're gonna,
I don't feel bad not knowing that one.
There you go. It's time to go back and watch Empire again.
I feel bad not knowing he did not know that one. That's what I feel.
You feel bad giving him too much credit for.
I was sure. I don't know why I thought he'd know that one, but all right. So
don't
where's that
don't
place?
catch lightsabers on the wrong end. I thought that's what he
No.
said, but I guess that's good too.
Oh, see, that's very good advice. Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, Scott, you still have control. We asked Icor. The SLD-26 shield generator is featured in the original trilogy to protect what exactly?
Give me that name one more time.
Sure. The SLD-26 shield generator
Okay.
featured in the original trilogy, and it protects what?
Ooh.
Brian, do you know this?
Of course. Who wouldn't know this?
You can say it. What is it? It's the Rebel base on Hoth, I think. But what do you say, Brian?
You're a moron. I don't know.
It's actually not. It's actually the second Death Star. It's the thing that Lando has to fly into the center and destroy.
Okay,
but
would he know
did
that?
Icor know that? Is
Yeah,
the question.
did he know that?
And if you get this wrong, Brian wins because he'll have 5 points. He wouldn't have done anything.
I worked really hard. I deserve the win.
I'm actually a little confused about that. So on the ones I got wrong,
Brian gets a point.
And then the ones I got right, I get a point.
You get a point.
But when does Brian get control again?
But I'm always
only
ahead
when
because
he's
you're
only
losing.
when
only if he's ahead.
Not in the lead. Yeah. So the person who's not in the lead always has control.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because I thought that would be a really fun way to keep it back and forth. And I never
foresaw.
Trouncing.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah, we got to patch that. They need the hot fix. All right.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Let's go with let's say.
Oh, maybe before you say anything, maybe we make it so that when it's game point, the person who could win has to be the one who answers.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah. Since this is game point, Brian gets to answer.
Oh, okay.
He needs
I
to
totally
earn
wasn't listening. Did you have a question?
Yes, we did. The SLD-26 shield generator is featured in the original trilogy to protect what exactly?
Oh, he totally knows this.
All right.
All right.
That's what I was
Let's
going to
see
say
if he does.
for the record. I think he's going to get it.
It's going to either be the Rebel base on Hoth or the Death Star on Endor. So I don't know which one.
No.
Or I could be wrong on both counts, but I will guess the Death Star 2 on Endor.
You chose correctly.
Wow.
Well done. Yeah, the second Death Star is protected by the SLD-26.
Wow.
Like they had
Swoop it
25
in for the
versions
win.
before that is what I'm guessing.
The other 25 shields.
25 shield versions before that. Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
you gotta iterate before you can perfect.
It's model 26.
Yeah, that
Did
makes
that
sense.
work? Nope.
So now, because he got that right,
Yeah, that means Brian won the game.
that means Brian won.
Boom.
Ah, boo!
Well,
Brian
don't sound
Wisconsin.
so disappointed, Ibbot.
I'm disappointed for Ryan in Wisconsin who doesn't get these awesome games.
Yeah,
That's
I feel
that's
bad
true.
about that.
That's true.
Ryan, are you holding up all right over there with your decision to back me? And do you still like me? Okay.
Oh yeah.
You know what?
I
Let's
thought
do
you-
this.
Wait.
You know, we've got-
What were
I
the
have
games? What
I
were
have
the
a new
games?
We have two. We talked about the games at the beginning: PC
I-
Building Simulator and Ascension Odyssey.
Let me see if I still have that one. I got
Well,
both of those in the
here's-
Humble Bundle this month, so I can just.
Here's what I'm planning on doing. I'm gonna
Yeah.
we have two more questions that never got asked.
Oh.
If Ryan predicts either one of those correctly, if he predicts whether Icor gets it right, then he wins the games. How's that?
Okay.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
All right. So this is for Ryan. I asked Icor, before using James Earl Jones, George Lucas originally wanted what movie legend to provide the voice for Darth Vader? Did Icor know who George Lucas originally wanted for the voice of Darth Vader?
What do
The
you
answer
think,
is
Ryan?
Jimmy Stewart, but whatever.
Not Jimmy Stewart.
Want you to give me those plans, Princess Leia. I'm gonna blow up your damn planet.
I'll do it.
I love all these bad guesses in the chat. Steve Gutenberg, Michael Jackson.
So what do you say?
So far, nobody's actually gotten it in the chat room. So Ryan, do you think Icor got this one right?
I think he did.
Okay.
Okay.
He's saying yes. So if you get that right, you win. No, out of the loss, you've now created a win. If he doesn't get it right, you don't win.
He's got one more chance. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Or no, he has one more chance because we have
He's one more
another
chance
question.
because I have two questions.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So many bad choices.
Right. Yeah. a lot of funny answers you could come up with for this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I can only give you a joke answer, so I'll say Michael Caine.
No, it's a great answer. Give me those plans. It's Orson Welles. He will wear no Darth Vader before it's time.
What?
Orson
Is that
Welles.
real?
That's real. Yep.
Oh my gosh, they dodged a bullet there. That's terrible.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so you didn't win from that question. You got one last question. I asked Icor, what foolish soldier of the Empire taunts Darth Vader for his sorcerer's ways and devotion to that ancient religion, only to find himself getting choked out by the Sith Lord? Did Icor know the answer to that one?
We'll try it the other way and say he didn't.
All right, let's see if we're going to
Let's
say he
flip
didn't
it
know that
around
one.
and try that. That worked for me once or twice in this game, so let's see how it
Yep.
goes. Yeah.
All right, let's see how he did.
Oh, this one I should know, and I can't recall it either. Admiral Dumbass.
It's pronounced Dumas. No, it's General Mahdi.
Mahdi, yeah, that's
Mahdi.
it.
Congratulations, Ryan. We turned a loss into a win for you. You
Winner,
did it.
winner,
chicken dinner.
Yep, you
No,
win.
close.
Well done. Also, that last answer made me freaking laugh, Icor. Well done. That means you've won. That you get this stuff, and all you got to do to collect it is send the email to Brian Ibbott, coverville@gmail.com, and he will hook you up. I like how that turned out. A lot
I do
better
too.
than where it was
Yeah,
headed.
yeah.
And for those who are going to write in and go, well, if there's no way of losing, then what's the point of having the game? No, he still could have lost. He still could have
Yeah, you
lost.
still could have lost.
Yeah, we just gave him a little last-minute lightning round business. And,
Because really, when you think about it, it's predicting whether or not somebody gets something right. Actually, predicting whether or not one of two people is going to be able to predict whether or not somebody
Right.
gets something right
Yeah.
is a pretty tall order. So
Yeah.
it's more to just make sure he gets a prize.
well, I'm just thrilled that he won. So coverville@gmail.com. Congratulations, Ryan, and well done. and we hope to see you in a future version of the game. Hey, Brian Dunaway, what's up with you?
Hey, Scott Johnson.
Listen to this, man. You did an amazing 1/4 of Film Sack this last weekend, and if that wasn't enough, tomorrow night at 3:30 Mountain Time, 5:30 Eastern, he and I will sit down and do a booth show, and that's important because we have games to discuss. So looking forward to that. Is there anything you want to say about that or anything else you got coming up?
Happy 500th anniversary episode. 500 episodes on Film Sack. We did Expendables 3. So be sure to check it out. Absolutely love doing the Film Sack podcast, you guys. Also, about to head out and get me some Reese's Pieces.
Oh,
so
hey, look at that. Yeah, that's pretty
Make
good.
sure you get a plate full of chorizo as well.
By the way, 500 years ago, if we did one episode per year, so that we had 500 years.
I love these. Okay, yes.
What would be the math on that? Let's see. I guess we just do the minus here, right?
Yeah, 15, 20.
15, 20. Yeah.
20, 21 minus 500.
Is that right in the middle of
15, 21. You're right.
15,
Is that the
21.
last big plague we had? Does that sound right?
Well, let's find out. So in the year, hold on, this is fun.
15, 21. Crap that happened.
What happened? Okay, big stuff in Mexico. Here's the year. Let's see. Okay, we got. Let's look from January to June. Pope Leo X excommunicated Martin Luther. That was a big deal. That Protestantism pretty much flowered from that. The diet of worms began. I don't know what the hell that is. And also,
I'm scared of worms, Roxanne. I'm scared of worms.
Yep. Let's see. And the first mass in the Philippines was ever held. So we were busy trying to populate the world. Go around and make everybody our bitch. That is to say,
right? Yeah.
Spain, Italy. But anyway, yeah. So 500 episodes of Film Sack. Go all the way back to when Pope Leo X got rid of Martin Luther King Jr. No, that's not how it worked at all. Brian Dunaway, have a fantastic.
And Gary from Lantronix was born.
Yes, Gary from Lantronix. He can tell the tale. Find him on the
Started
Tadpole on
working at
Facebook.
Lantronix.
Yeah, real about it.
Have a good week, and I'll see you tomorrow for that show. And kiss our butts. All right.
See you, Brian.
All right. Let's see.
Yeah.
We got time for one news story, I think.
Yeah, good, because we've been sitting on this one forever.
Yeah, we got to get this one out. So here's this. It's a quick bit of news brought to you by
Soundography, where Hammond and I take a look at a band called Ryan Shoup and the Rubber Band. Never heard of them? Neither had I, but they're good. They're really good. And they have a great song. Oh, yeah, they're local to you, Scott.
Yeah, my daughter's favorite band growing up was Ryan Shoup and the Rubber Band. Carter, she's a little embarrassed now because she doesn't think they're that great, but when she was growing up, went to all their concerts, bought all their albums. Loved
that's
these
cool.
guys. Yeah.
Did she sing their song Beer Run?
Yeah, she sang Beer Run every day. No, she didn't sing that one.
And Corn Dog and all that. Anyway, Ryan Shoup, it's awesome, and it's our featured artist today on Soundography. Go listen, soundography.com.
Yeah, very popular local band.
It's cool.
All right, quick story here about a thing that we've been holding on for too long. It's got to get out there. It's our duty to let the world know.
Duty.
The first preserved dinosaur butthole is perfect and unique, says paleontologists.
Perfect and unique dinosaur butthole.
Yes, this butthole is not only perfect, but also rather unique, they said. Mm-hmm. The first dinosaur butthole ever discovered is shedding light on where the sun don't shine. The discovery reveals how dinosaurs use this multi-purpose opening, scientifically known as the cloacal vent. Is what they call it.
Was it multiple? Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, I guess we're getting an answer to that.
You got it's for the pooping, it's for the peeing, and it's for the breeding, and it's also for the lady folk, the egg laying. So you got all this stuff coming out of that one hole.
It's an all-in-one device, kind of like my scanner printer fax machine.
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. Which is kind of a problem. If one part breaks, then they all break, right?
Right. Exactly.
Which is, I don't see any dinosaurs around. Do you? I'm just saying, maybe they're.
Oh, there you go. It's exactly right. They tried to save money on that all-in-one unit, and and you see what happens.
Take it back to Staples.
The extended warranty.
Exactly. Tell the guy at Staples you don't want it anymore. The dinosaur derriere is so well preserved, researchers could see the remnants of two bulges in its back door, which might have been may have housed musky scent glands that the reptile possibly used during courtship. Hey, baby, check out my musky scent gland.
Check out my cloacal vent.
Yeah, look at my vent. The anatomical quirk also seen in living crocodiles. So this is a thing we see there. Although the dinosaur's caboose shares some characteristics with the backsides of living creatures, it also is a one of a kind. The anatomy is unique. It made a weird noise. I didn't know where that came from. The study leads researcher Jacob Vinther, a paleobiologist at the University of Bristol in the United Kingdom, told Live Science it doesn't quite look like the opening on birds, which is the closest living relatives to dinosaurs. It does look a bit like the back opening of a crocodile, he says, but in a different and in some ways, quote, its own cloaca, shaped in its perfect, unique way, says Vinther.
Cloaca, by the way, I got corrected on the pronunciation. Cloacal vent.
Cloacal vent.
Cloacal vent. Luke, just shoot a couple proton torpedoes down the cloacal vent and let's get out of here. Woohoo!
Blow this thing and let's go home. I'm glad you threw the woohoo in there. That's good.
Yeah, there you go. That's a little...
Anyway.
Sets a little bit more of the stage, a little bit more of the mind theater going on.
The just so we to give him proper credit here, the well-preserved booty hole belongs to the dinosaur Okay, this is going to be tough. Pistococcus.
Yeah, you just don't pronounce the P. The Psittacosaurus.
There we go. I don't like that one.
I like Psittacosaurus butts and I cannot lie. It's well preserved, I can't deny. When a girl walks in with a cloacal vent, I get sprung.
Cloacal vent. That's fun to say. Cloacal
it is.
Vent.
It totally is, yeah.
Anyway, this is a Labrador-sized, not even that big, Labrador-sized horn-faced dinosaur. It was a relative of the Triceratops. Its most famous tri-horn cousin. It lived during the Cretaceous period, which lasted from 145 million to 65 million years ago. So there you go. Best butthole we ever got.
This is better than all the other buttholes.
No butthole has compared. But what will compare is this fine music Brian's about to play as we take a break. And when we come back, we'll spend some time with Bill, a little time with Steven. I have a question to ask him before we get into all this freaking WandaVision business. And stick around for that, because that's going to be great. Brian, why don't you play something for us?
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Yes, a duo named Smith and Burroughs. It sounds like either like a ink I used to buy at art school, expensive ink. Like, oh, I need to go get another jar of Smith and Burroughs. Dang it! It means I'm not going to be able to eat for a week. Or a fancy steak restaurant.
Yeah, or like a auction house or
an auction house, right? Yeah, Smith and Burroughs. Yes. Anyway, they have a brand new album called "Only Smith and Burroughs Is Good Enough." It's coming out February 19th on PIAS Recordings. Love these guys. They do some great covers. They did a cover of Wonderful Life by an artist named Black from the UK, and a cover of Yaz's Only You. These guys are awesome. They're really, really good. Here's the brand new track, I Want You Back in My Life, from their brand new album coming out later this month.
This is it, L&M Filters. It stands out from all the rest. Miracle Tip, much more flavor. L&M's got everything. It's the best.
The Morning Stream. That's my safety word.
By the way, that was Brack from the Brack Show here.
Yeah.
And there was a scene where his face was
sandwich.
His face was blown off or something. I can't remember what happened, but he had to find his face. It was great.
He's got time to watch the Brack Show.
Oh yeah, those things are like 10 minutes long. They're great.
Yeah, that's true.
Stick them on in the background, do other work. It's the perfect side watch at the moment for me. Anyway, see, I gotta focus. I gotta focus on things like Parasite with all the words down there. And I gotta focus on...
You can't put that on the background because it's like reading. There's reading that needs to be done, but not with the Brack Show.
Right. And then
you barely even need to watch the Brak Show.
The WandaVision, you gotta pay attention to that.
Lots of paying attention involved with that one. Yeah.
Well, we'll get around to it.
I get it.
Thanks, man. Thanks for understanding.
Absolutely. I'm there for you.
Thanks. PunishProps.com coming in. Owned by one Chinbeard / Bill Duran. He'll be here shortly, and we'll be talking right after this button here.
Your bat cave's open there, Bill.
Bill Duran, what is up? How are you? He is from PunishProps.com, and he joins us on Mondays, talks about the world of makers, making things. It involves everything from foam smithing to 3D printing to everything in between. Bill, welcome and hello.
Good morning, friends. Sorry, my cat's making a racket over there.
Oh, I wondered about this. It's a cat, is it?
Like stringing it?
Yeah.
Like
No,
he's
making a fort out of paper.
Is he using cat gut?
Is that what that's not that's for violins or something, isn't it? What is it?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. But here's
at one point for tennis racket strings. Maybe not.
Here's my quick comment about cats. Last night at about 8:30, we're about to put the dogs to bed. All right, put them in their little sleeper kennels and be done with it. And the cat barfed. Just a big old barf in the middle of the room, and no one knew about it except for Ripley. Ellen Ripley, the dog, sees it and decides, that looks good, and went over there and ate it. Okay? So then she ate the cat's barf, and then we put her in her kennel, and she immediately barfed up the cat barf with her own barf in her kennel. I felt like it was never going to end. It felt like this chain reaction that had been started that wasn't going to end until the universe collapsed on itself. It was awful. So don't let your dog eat cat barf, because then they'll probably barf, which will make your daughter want to barf. And
yeah, it's already making me want to barf. I better put my headphones down. I'll be right back.
And when you've got 15-year record going for the last time you barfed, you don't want to be put in this situation where you may barf. So
right.
So take it from me, a 15-year barf veteran. Don't let your dogs barf. Okay.
Perfect.
Hey, Bill, it's good to have you here. Let's get right into it. What do you got for us this week?
Sure. This week I want to talk about prop collecting. Last week, over on our YouTube channel, I made a video going over my collection of Skyrim props, of which I have many. So I have props that I've made. I have props that other people have made. I have some props that other people built and then I painted. Pretty cool. Some of my favorites, I have Keening. I don't know if you guys remember the dagger Keening, but I also have the normal steel axe. It's one of my favorite ones. And I even have a sweet roll from Skyrim, believe it or not.
Oh, man.
You made a sweet roll?
Yeah,
my friend Leah made it and gave it to me. It's really
at
great.
the time, back in those days, at the time, when the game was new in 2011, it had some of the best rendered food in video games. It looked great. Yeah. Still to this day, actually, still looks pretty good. Little low poly. There's some mods that you can make the food look better now, but for whatever reason, Skyrim was known for like really quality food items back in 2011.
I remember someone went and collected all the cheese wheels and then like threw them down a hill or something. You could just
that was a thing, wheels. Right? Or I remember doing that with the housing in the game. You could just fill your house up with cheese wheels. That was like the popular thing to do. Yeah.
And then you would shout, and they would all go flying everywhere.
Yeah. You go.
Makes me wish I would have lasted longer in that game than 2 hours before I said, this isn't for me.
Look, Brian,
good game.
Like your honeymoon, Skyrim takes time to sort of, you have to like give it the time.
Wait, do we have that? Do we have that audio on Film Sack?
It's a hell of a thing. The game endures, and clearly, if you're a prop collector and you like Skyrim, there's no shortage of stuff you could have on your wall. There's so much
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I was digging through I have quite a collection of props and stuff from lots of different things, and turns out I have a pretty good let's say a set of Mass Effect stuff, right? I also have a pretty good set of Fallout stuff, and I have 4 or 5, don't quite know, Blade Runner guns. So I've got a bunch of different little sets of props. I think that's pretty cool, especially if you have a favorite thing that you want to collect all of the things of. So if you have a favorite show or movie or game, you could go out and try and collect a bunch of different props from that property and make your own neat little collection. So I figured I'd go over a couple of different types of props you can look for, and then where to go find them.
Cool. It's not all weapons, right? Like that's not everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Not all props are created equal. So, for example, right, you can go get a replica of a prop. If you want to get something from your favorite TV show, the best way to do it is to get something that someone else has made that looks like the prop from the movie, right? Mm-hmm. There are various qualities you can get out of a replica, and you need to decide how much you care about that. So the sort of gold standard is to get something that looks screen accurate, right? So if I want the blaster from Blade Runner and I want it to look just like the one from the movie, I want one that is screen accurate. Now, screen accurate may not be what you're after, because I'm here to tell you, some movies made props that on screen look really, really bad.
Yeah.
So, for example, Ripley's flamethrower, right? Mm-hmm. They have the actual screen used prop in the Sci-Fi Museum in Seattle. And it looks like someone made it in about 20 minutes.
Yeah. Right. Well, because I think Ripley made it in about 20 minutes.
Like she,
exactly. Stuck this thing on there, like a laser on the front or something.
So you could go out and try and get a perfectly screen accurate version of that flamethrower, and it'll look like a 2x4 that someone glued a bunch of stuff to and then spray painted gray. Right, you could get that, or you could say, "Hey, I want an idealized version of this prop." Right, I want someone to put in the thought and make a really cool-looking screen flamethrower that looks like the one in the movie. Right?
Oh my gosh, you are so right. That thing is garbage.
Yeah, it's.
I'm looking at the original. That's a terrible. I mean, it was all dark in there, and it helped because we didn't pay attention to the details. But
that's all they needed for the shot, too.
Yeah.
So
I've been to that museum, by the way, in Seattle. That thing's awesome.
So amazing.
Yeah.
So you keep an eye out for stuff that are screen accurate. You may have to do your own research to see how quote accurate it is. But if that's your holy grail, then that's one path you can take. Another path you could take is to find something that is screen used. So we're talking something that was actually in the movie or TV show. Now, I make stuff for video games usually, so there's no such thing as a screen used prop unless let's say they made a book for Myst, right? They actually made a real prop for Myst. Now, no one's going to let me get my hands on that. They only made one. Sure. So I have to make my own Myst book, which I did.
Yeah.
But for TV and movies, it is possible to buy stuff that was made in the movie.
Do you think you always have to? Do you always have to do something that is in a recognizable space? In other words, let's say you're a giant Barney Miller fan, and you find that you found an old typewriter that Barney Miller used on screen. No one else is ever going to look at that and go, "You have the Barney Miller typewriter?"
Right?
No one's going to do that.
I'm here to tell you, Scott, that is not true. Someone else on the internet is going to get way more excited about that, and they're going to buy it. They're going to outbid you on eBay for it. I'm here to tell you.
Yeah. That's a good point. And I guess that's the neat thing about collecting in this age is the shared interest is a lot easier to find than it was back in the day. Because if you were in the 80s and you had that typewriter and you showed it to your neighbor, he's not going to know or care.
Right.
Big deal.
So anyway, if you're looking for stuff that actually came out of a movie or a TV show, a big distinction would be to find something that is a hero prop or a stunt prop. So the stunt prop, there's probably more of them. They probably aren't as good of a quality, but they made extras so that they don't break the hero prop. Now, hero props, let's say the hero blaster from Blade Runner, usually only one or two of those. In fact, there's only one of those, and it is accounted for. So you're probably not going to find, it's hard to find hero stuff, but stunt stuff sometimes look really, really great, and you can get your hands on them. A lot of times, too, you'll find something that came out of a production mold. So it wasn't used on screen, but it was like a stunt pistol, let's say. Like I have a stunt pistol from the original Battlestar Galactica that came out of it wasn't used on screen, but it did come out of a mold from the show, which is kind of cool. So it still has some lineage to the show.
Sure.
That's cool.
And then sometimes promotional costumes and props and vehicles are made. So I know they made several Batmobiles for TV commercials.
Right.
So they weren't used in the movie. They weren't made out of a production mold, but they were made by the production to promote the movie or something. So that's something else that pops out a lot as well if you keep your ear to the ground. Now, where do you go to buy this stuff? That's the tricky thing. Where do you go to find
because you scared us all off with the whole, be on eBay, you'll get outbid. So where do we find it if we can't get it?
So if you want to look generally for just props, the Replica Prop Forum is a really great place for it. They have a section called the Junkyard. You do need to be a member in good standing to be able to participate in the Junkyard, but that's a great place for where people will, like, let's say they get a part that you might need, they'll make a mold and sell a run of copies, or they'll sell a run of a full prop that you could get a casting of, let's say. And sometimes people sell their screen used props and stuff there too, which is really cool. So that's the Replica Prop Forum. And then the Prop Store, which I've talked about here before, they sell screen used props and promotional stuff and all sorts of things. And they're selling stuff all the time, but occasionally they have these big auctions with tons of really good stuff. So their website, just look up Prop Store, you'll find them. They have a lot of really great stuff. And you'll find that it's not just guns and swords. You can get like printed money from movies. You can get clothing. You can get all sorts of wacky things that you forget that they have to make for a movie.
Yeah. The money stuff, my son bought a big wad of money. It's supposed to look like 10 grand or something. But it basically looks like just a big wad of folded over and then elastic band money. And it looks legit.
Until you look closer.
You'd have to open it to see how fake it is. But on the outside, it looks as real as any money you've ever held. It's really cool.
Yeah, and you can get fictional money that way too, because they make cash for Firefly or whatever. So those places are really fantastic to look for stuff. And then Etsy and eBay more for like not stuff that people made themselves. Etsy more for stuff that people made themselves. But those two places are a lot more chaotic, let's say. But you just got to kind of have custom searches saved to keep an eye out for the things you're looking for.
Is there like a decent market where somebody who's really good at designing props and has a 3D printer and can kind of churn these things out on demand? Is there like a demand on Etsy where you can say, oh yeah, Blade Runner gun? Sure. I have that for you in 2 weeks, and they can just go and then churn one out? Or
yeah, well, I think a lot of times there are a lot of 3D artists. I follow several 3D artists that will model stuff for people to print their own prop at home.
Right.
And if you're taking that on as like a commission, I could decide, oh, you want me to model you a Blade Runner gun. It's going to take me 2 weeks, and 2 weeks of work for me would be a lot more than someone could afford to buy one 3D model. But
you have to ask. You can't afford, Bill. Yeah.
Right. But I could say, you know what? I'm not going to charge this guy for my 3D modeling because I think enough people will buy it to make up for that cost. Right. And that's a decision you can make as a 3D modeling artist as far as whether or not it's worth it. I know a lot of people will have a lot of 3D artists will run a Patreon as well. People can jump in and
that
some
makes
models
sense.
that
And
way.
then you help pay for the time it takes to make the thing, and then everybody gets a prop at the end. That's cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
That's
awesome.
if you want to make the pieces for your collection yourself, which is most of my collection. Most of my collection are things I made myself.
Well, so that brings up a big question to me. If you're like you and you've got all this stuff, and somebody says, man, I'm a huge Skyrim fan, but I don't make swords, but I do make whatever other thing that you're interested in. Let's just say it was a gun from a movie and you just didn't have the time or the wherewithal to make it. Are there like Reddit pages where makers are like doing trade? Where you guys can say,
a lot of trading goes on, especially if I have a mold and I can cast stuff. So I've done lots and lots of trades with my friends. Most of the blank resin castings I have are from friends, and we traded. I had my Ray Blaster, which is the mold still kind of works. It's kind of falling apart, but for like a year or two, that was kind of my my currency. So if a friend had a prop I wanted, I'd be like, "Hey man, I'll trade you a Ray Blaster kit if you send me a helmet kit of your thing," and we would trade. No money had to exchange hands. I just run some resin through my molds, and they do the same thing, and we trade. So a lot of that happens as well.
Yeah, that sounds perfectly reasonable way to get your deal done between two friends.
Yeah. Also, though, if you have a thing and you want to trade it to someone and they are not interested, that's fine. Don't give a gruff for that. Maybe maybe they don't think your prop is very good, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I don't want your Nuka-Cola bottle. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Or someone may not feel that it's a fair trade if the thing they made is very complicated and yours is very simple. Just keep that in mind when you're going to trade. People may not feel like it's worth it. Or people may say, you know what, I could really just use the money. I'm not interested in trading. That's fine, too.
Yeah. Well, I hope everybody out there finds what they're looking for and put it all on your wall and show it off and be cool. All right? That's what we're saying.
Sure.
Bill, bonus link this week?
Absolutely. My buddy Jimmy DeResta had a fun little project. He made these disposable utility knives over on his YouTube channel. Basically, whenever you're casting stuff, you usually end up with a little bit of extra resin in the cup. And if you have a mold you can dump it in and make something useful out of it, that resin won't go to waste. So he made a little mold that he can put a razor blade in and then dump extra resin in the mold to capture that blade and make it into a handle. So he made a bunch of disposable utility knives just out of spare material, right?
Yeah, looks really sturdy.
And then he's got
too.
these
Looks like
throwaway knives he can just leave around the shop for wherever he needs them.
Yeah, look like you could. I mean, they look super sturdy. Like, like you would not only these are throwaway, sure, once the blade dulls, but pretty hefty while you're using them. That's cool.
Yeah, and the best part is just that you can make it from materials you were gonna waste anyway.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very cool. Go check that out. That's we talked about him before. It was Jimmy DeResta on YouTube, and of course punishprops.com, as well as the YouTube channel. And I think he's a good follow on Twitter, so go follow him as Chinbeard on Twitter. Bill, have a fantastic week, and may your Skyrim props never end. Bye now.
I sure wish that Jimmy DeResta would figure out some way to let people know when he creates something that it's his. You know,
right. I feel like that guy's missing out on an opportunity every time he doesn't have his name on stuff. So,
That's right. Exactly.
You know, maybe print it in giant letters on the side of things or something. I don't know. Maybe do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Here comes everyone. A chance for me to feel bad about not watching a thing again.
Hands on your mute buttons, folks.
Yep. I think we're going to talk a bit about a thing, and I don't care about spoilers, so I'm totally open to whatever discussion we want to have. But before we do any of that, we have to do this. Joining us, as he does every Monday morning, Steven Schleicher, all the way from Majorspoilers.com, joins us. Now, Steven, before we get cranking here, I got a question for you. All right?
Okay.
Well,
I've got a question for you too, but go ahead and ask yours first.
More of a statement. So last night I had a really hard time sleeping. Don't know why. This is a weird thing. So about
guilt. I'm going to guess guilt.
No guilt, but about 1 a.m., my wife reaches over for no reason and scratches my back. I'm facing away from her. She reaches over and just goes, scratches my back. It was probably just her in her sleep. She doesn't even remember doing it, but she did it. Mm-hmm. It woke me up and it startled me. And as a result, I couldn't sleep for the rest of the frickin' night.
Wow. So from like 1 a.m. until like now, you had like hours of nothing to do.
Right. I could have watched it. You're right. I could have watched it, but I never do that because I'm always like, I got to lay here until I fall asleep. So here's what I thought about instead. And I just wanted to throw this at you, and then we'll get into WandaVision. I was thinking a lot about Batman because I am reading a ton of DC stuff right now.
Yeah.
And loving most of it. I just finished the whole Black Label series, the various books they did. They're like dark reimaginings or whatever.
Yeah, the one with Batman's wiener in it.
The one with Batman's wiener in it. It also had the one with the Harley Quinn one.
Uh-huh.
I think the whole series was called Harleen.
Yep.
That
one's really good.
I can't say the guy's name because I can't pronounce it, but the artist, he both wrote and did the art. He's freaking great, that guy. Anyway, I loved that. I really, really enjoyed it and loved them all, actually. And by the time I was done, this hit me. So this is the thought that hit me while I have Batman on the brain. He is sometimes referred to as Batman and then oftentimes referred to as the Batman. Mm-hmm. So when people say, what's happened here? The Batman showed up and did a thing. No one ever says the Superman showed up. They only say Superman showed up. And then I thought, well, what other example in comics do we give them before their name.
The Shadow, the Question, the Green Arrow.
Those are all ones I thought. Well, the Green Arrow is iffy. You sometimes get that, but the other two are good examples.
Spider-Man.
Right.
That's only if you throw Amazing in there. Nobody says the Spider-Man.
Yeah, no one says the Spider-Man, but they do say the Wolverine and the Hulk. Yeah, that's true. But the Wolverine gets it all the time, and it occurred to me that the reason
I don't know about gets it all the time. There was just one movie called The Wolverine, but I don't even think like. I guess when he introduced himself on the cover of that Hulk issue, it was the Wolverine. But even in like the X-Men titles, they never called him the Wolverine. Go see if the Wolverine can fly the Blackbird today.
Well, it's mostly whenever I see it. Like I read Old Man Logan, and there was a lot of that in there. But it was
there? Okay.
But it was mostly people that weren't tied to the organizations he worked with. It would be like some guy out in the street going, "Look, it's the Wolverine," kind of thing. Kind of like they would say, "Look, it's the Batman." And so my thinking is, I have a theory about this, that most of the time the reason you see the Batman and not the Aquaman is because Batman and Wolverine are both almost objectified. They're turned into darker, angrier, mysterious, kind of messed up characters. And it's when you say it fits. But if I said the Superman, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't sound right because I don't think the personality fits. And so I just think more often than not, if you're going to put a the in front, it's because they're dark. And it works somehow. It's some weird psychological thing humans do. And I can't quite put my finger on it.
3/4 of the Fantastic Four are the Thing, the Human Torch, the Invisible Woman.
Yeah, but
and
see,
those aren't dark
that works
characters.
because those are descriptors. You're saying the Human Torch, the Invisible Woman.
Okay.
Right? Like if her name was Invisible Woman, you might still do it. I don't know.
I know what you're saying though, right? It adds
But if you're like, and the Hulk makes sense because the Hulk again is a descriptor. It doesn't have a final word in it, but it's the word Hulk means it's the Hulk. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it seems like
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, and I don't know why I got so obsessed with it, but for the rest of the night, it's all I could think of. So now I have jettisoned my pack. I vented my cochlear or whatever we said earlier. This is my cochlear vent.
Careful there.
I have let it all out of my head, and now I don't have to think about it anymore, is what I'm saying.
All right. So just kind of a follow-up.
Yeah.
In January 1933, one Jerry Siegel wrote a short story for a fanzine called Science Fiction, The Advance Guard of Future Civilization number 3. And in that, his short story was called The Reign of the Superman.
Okay.
And then, a few years later, 5 years later, he would put the Superman into a comic book.
Interesting.
Now, see, that's interesting because I would have never thought that. When I Google search or DuckDuckGo search, either one, I search for the Superman. All results say Superman because no one thinks of that, right? So they're going to be exceptions like the one you just pointed out. I just think there's something there, and I can't put my finger on it. I don't know what it is. Why it's so natural to
English
say
teacher.
The Batman.
Yeah, there are two members of the Avengers, the Scarlet Witch and the Vision, that both included in there when they were originally introduced.
Scott, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Here comes my question.
Yeah.
When you were in school, did you ever just walk into class and say, "Hey, teacher, I know you gave us a whole week to do this homework, but I didn't do it."
Did I ever? Are you kidding?
What you gonna do? I just didn't do the homework.
That's all I did.
Teach.
That's all I did. The whole time.
Okay.
All the time. I would wing it all the time. Let me tell you, you had a nice Trapper Keeper with your classes all separated out or
not
whatever.
Me. I never had a Trapper Keeper. Those were too expensive.
You know what I had? I had the paper they gave me folded into fourths and in my back pocket. I did not take school very seriously.
Folded if they were lucky. Yeah.
It's like Better Off Dead, where he reaches into his back pocket for the math homework and he opens it up. It's got gum stuck all over it.
Oh, yeah. Right. It is a lot like that. It's more like I was carrying George's wallet around and not like proper school stuff. But all right. So, yeah, Scott didn't watch it yet. But here's the thing. And I know it's only like, what are we, half hour each? So 4 episodes. We're talking like 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah. Tops.
So
that's like a Marvel movie. Really, when you think about it.
Here's the problem. I keep doing this thing where, like last night, I wrap up There Will Be Dungeons. Everything's finished up. I posted the show. It's like 9 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, should I watch it now? I'm so tired though.
So let me ask you. Let's ask why. What is your aversion? Because I think I kind of know where you're coming from on not wanting to watch this. So what is your aversion to sitting down and watching it? I know you want the rest of your family to sit down and watch it.
I really do want to watch it. My biggest aversion is I can never get my daughter or my wife or all three of us to in the same place at the same time because they also want to watch it. So so because we all seem to not be able to coordinate and they're busy watching reruns of New Girl, I by the way, New Girl's great. I'm not complaining about New Girl.
It's
I
great.
like that show.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
it's
the
not.
first few seasons are great.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. When people start falling in love, you always get in trouble. So forget it. But
when for an entire season they didn't have the New Girl, it was not as good.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
I'm just curious because sometimes I get interested in something, but it's just like I'm not in the right mindset to watch the show, or I don't really. Maybe I'm going to be disappointed if I watch it because so many people are talking it up, and so maybe I'll just kind of delay as much as I can. And since, everybody's watching reruns, I'm surprised you're not wanting to watch WandaVision because episodes 1, 2, and 3 are all about let's remake classic television and use classic television tropes and shove them into this storyline and inject a few little bits of mysterious and sinister and all those kinds of things. So I'm wondering if that's where you're coming from. Where's Wendy? We need Wendy here.
Yeah, we need Wendy for this. She won't be here till Thursday. But here's the thing. Like when I think about my reasoning, I don't think you're totally wrong. There might be something to it, but part of it maybe is I'm waiting to I heard episode 4 is the thing that makes everything up so far worth what you'd watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is like your procrastinating would have paid off if you would have watched the first 3 episodes and the 4th when the 4th came out.
Well, it still will.
Still
that's
does
where
pay
we're
off.
at,
Yeah.
right?
I'll be honest. First episode I thought was really great, really clever. Then we get into episode 2, which is very much Bewitched. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. We get a little bit more of the sinister peeling away. And then we hit episode 3, which is Brady Bunch meets the Partridge Family kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And by the time that one was over, and Brad and I had a whole week in between, I was kind of like, okay, something needs to happen. And I like mystery box stuff. I like the mystery box to a point.
Yeah.
But if you don't start pulling out some reveals, mystery box gets really old really fast. And I think with episode 3, I was kind of done with mystery box. And Friday rolled around this last week, and I was like, man, do I really want to sit through another episode 3 episode?
Right.
And then everyone's like, oh no, you really need to watch it. So I sat down and watched it. And episode 4 is the game changer. The episode 4 is the point where they start pulling out, here are some things that are happening in the world. Now we're starting to make some connections between what we've seen in the previous 3 episodes and what's going on in the outside world. And so it's really good to watch. Plus we get some, and this is the part where I'm going to get into a little bit of spoiler. We get the return of 2 great minor characters. Well, actually 3 if you want to count Monica Rambeau, but she's been around for a while. She's been around since Captain Marvel in that movie as a child, and now she's all grown up. Episode 4 shows what happened, after the snap, who was involved in the snap, and what's going on with there, which I thought at first when it was going on, I was confused for a moment until someone called it the blip, and I said, oh, okay, this makes perfect sense what's going on.
Yeah. You see people coming back from the blip, which they didn't even show. I'm trying to remember.
We saw it in Spider-Man.
Did we see in Spider-Man where people were?
We saw it in Spider-Man. They had all the footage of the basketball players were in the gym playing, and all of a sudden the marching band popped in, and everyone's like, what the heck's going on?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
So then we also get the return of what's her name? Darcy.
Kat
Denning. You may know her from the very first Thor movie where she appeared as kind of an assistant to Natalie Portman's Jane Foster character. Then she was in Thor 2, The Dark World, running around screaming Mew Mew a lot.
She's a broke girl.
Yeah, and she disappeared for a while. And then she comes back now. Remember, she was just an assistant. She comes back into the 4th episode as Dr. Darcy Lewis, astrophysicist.
Oh, interesting.
So that's kind of neat that this show does a lot of attention to detail, which is really, really cool. And when you follow a character, she could have just come in as, well, here's Darcy Lewis. She's got some knowledge of blah, blah, blah stuff. But no, they grow her up even in the times that you don't see her.
Yeah, her and Michael Cera, they got a playlist together. That's who that is, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Nick and Nora.
Oh, is she in the Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist?
I think she's Nora.
Isn't that some other manic pixie dream girl?
Yeah, I thought that was another manic pixie dream girl.
That's Nora. Kat Dennings as Nora.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I love that.
That's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I like the movie a lot.
The other person that comes back is Jimmy Woo, who was basically the parole officer for Ant-Man in Ant-Man and the Wasp, right?
Yes.
And they do a really cool thing with Jimmy Woo because, he's graduated to like full-on FBI guy, which is interesting because for those, Jimmy Woo is a classic Marvel character. In fact, he goes pre-Marvel all the way back when Marvel was still Atlas Comics. He appeared in Yellow Claw #1. I forget the year on this, but he showed up as Agent Jimmy Woo, who was assigned to track down this character called the Yellow Claw. Now, this is, still at the time of Yellow Peril, so there's a lot of problems with that. But Jimmy Woo went on for 4 issues in Atlas Comics, and then he appeared in Agents of Atlas in that series a couple of times, and then he showed up in Ant-Man. So he's got a legacy in Marvel Comics. But in Ant-Man and the Wasp, because Paul Rudd's character has been in house arrest, he's been learning close-up magic, so he's doing all these card tricks.
Yep.
And Jimmy Woo was like, how did you do that? and Ant-Man's like, no, it's magic. And then we see him in another little bit at some point. I think it's in Ant-Man where he's watching a video on the screen and he's trying to learn close-up magic and totally screwing it up.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And so the minute that you meet Jimmy Woo in WandaVision, he's walking up to Monica Rambeau and he just flips out a card using that close-up magic.
Oh
so
my God,
even
I
then we're seeing
forgot about that connection. That's
we're
brilliant.
seeing this evolution of characters and the entire Marvel universe in excruciating detail. To go that deep into all of those things in a 20-minute, 30-minute episode, I thought was pretty cool.
This is that dude that plays the dad on
Randall Park.
Fresh Off the Boat.
Fresh Off the Boat.
I like him a lot. He's awesome.
I want to say he was on Veep for a while too, if I remember correctly.
He was Danny Chung on Veep. Looks like.
Yeah.
He's great. There's nothing wrong with
He's
this
great.
guy.
He's so deadpan too. I love it.
He works a lot.
So, what did you think? Do you agree with me, Brian, that the 4th episode is really the game changer in this season so far?
Tina was probably pretty close to saying, all right, we take it or leave it after the 3rd episode and being more of the same. I was still invested and I'm still, still trying to figure out, all right, what does this thing mean that is like a weird thing that happens during that sitcom-y episode. But Tina looked at me after 4 had started and said, this is what I wanted from a Marvel TV series.
Yeah. And the thing is, if they would have put this episode like in episode 3's position or something, I don't think it would have paid off, right? If they would have shown all of this stuff interconnected with what we were seeing before, I don't think that would have paid off because there's a lot of here's what's happened in the previous 3 episodes, what was going on outside. So there's a lot of that going on. But I think this is a point where they knew the audience would be just frustrated enough that they would give you this payoff to make you go, oh, I'm in for 5 more episodes.
Yep, exactly. And the only thing they maybe could have done better was release the first 4 episodes on day 1, although that really spills all their candy in the lobby. Like 2 episodes was generous. 3 could have been done because you see a lot of streaming services do. Here's the first 3 episodes to get you hooked. But I don't think 3 would have been enough. So they did what they had to do, and I think the order is correct.
Yeah,
you got to see the setups for episode 4 before you see episode 4.
So is this why everybody on Twitter is putting pictures of him up saying Jimmy Woo should have his own FBI investigative like X-Files show? Is that what's going on?
Totally should. Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be great.
All right. I saw a lot of that and I went, I'll bet this is related to WandaVision somehow because everybody's just dancing around it on Twitter so as not to spoil why they're talking about him. And I didn't know why. But now that you've mentioned all this, I think it's coming clear to me what the hell's going on.
Yeah, and I think it's a little bit more clear of, again, avoiding the big spoiler of what's really behind all this. Episode 4 pretty much tells you what's behind all this.
Right. Well,
but not the why.
Right.
Not the why. And it's still, believe me, there's still questions after episode 4 that need to get answered. But
well, I would hope so. They still got 4 more to go, right?
5. I think they have 9 episodes this
5
season.
More. Okay. Well, that'll be a lot more of the stuff I haven't seen yet. So let's look forward to that. You know what?
Like 5 more weeks, Scott, to catch up.
Do we want to take it? What's the over/under? What episode of WandaVision?
I'll say episode 6 is when that episode 6 is released. That's the week Scott will watch.
Okay.
Brian, what do you say?
Now that I've said that, Scott's going to go sit down and watch it.
Well, I was going to say, I think he does it this week. I think he just breaks down and says, I'm just going to do it Kim and Carter can watch it whenever they want, but
yeah, let them watch it in 6 years when when it's New Girl old.
Right, exactly. Yes.
I don't know what their problem is. They're like, I don't know. I think your theory, there's something to your theory, Stephen, about why people put certain things off. Because you're about to invest
I do that a lot
yourself,
with horror
right?
movies. It took me 2 years from the time I bought the Vavitch to actually sitting down to watch the Vavitch.
Oh, the Vavitch is great.
I still haven't watched the Vavitch.
Brian, you should watch the Vavitch. It's good.
Yeah, I think I've got it. I think it's got to be on something streaming right now. Tina doesn't like horror movies, so those I do have to watch alone. And that also means that I'm probably watching it at night before I go to bed, which maybe isn't the best time to watch a really scary
it's not going to give you scary dreams, I promise.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
Amazon, Showtime and Fubo currently. So.
Oh, I've got Showtime as part of that CBS All Access deal.
Oh, yeah. And if you like, somebody in the chat says, if you like Queen's Gambit, definitely watch the Vavitch because
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Anya Taylor-Joy is in there. And also then watch New Mutants.
Yeah. Plus you got...
Oh, that's really good.
Ralph
Scott, have you seen Captain Marvel yet?
I have seen Captain Marvel not yet.
Okay, so Captain Marvel, Ant-Man and Wasp, and Thor 2
Dark World,
are still on the...
They're still on my shame list.
You haven't seen Thor Ragnarok?
I've seen Thor Ragnarok.
It's not Thor Ragnarok. You didn't see Dark World.
I've seen everything but Dark World, WandaVision. You know about that. Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then the other one you said. Oh, yeah, Captain Marvel. None of those. And I don't know why. I
don't know why either.
I know. I don't know what my problem is. They just didn't happen. And other things like when Mandalorian was coming out every week, dude, I was on it. I was sitting down.
That's what surprised me about this. Is like it's. I mean, you're more of a DC guy anyway than Marvel.
I love Marvel though. I love the MCU.
I get it. You're a DC guy.
I don't love DC
Scott.
movies.
It's like,
DC movies are kind of garbage. That Wonder Woman movie was bad. The second one.
Yeah, but once the CW has their Flash and
I haven't
Black
watched
Lightning.
any of those. None of them. I haven't seen those. I haven't seen Aquaman. I don't know what's even going on. That Shazam movie. Haven't seen that either. So
wow, I guess you just don't like comics as much
Oh
as
man,
you like
that is such a fun movie.
And I'm watching. I'm reading comics like it's the end times here.
Yeah, you're all over in the comics.
Yeah, I read my
apparently.
Yeah, go ahead.
Apparently, the new Shazam movie, the second movie, is going to begin production in May for release in 2023.
Well, that
is that the one that's going to have The Rock as Black
Adam?
Adam?
No, that is a Black Adam movie.
That's a separate movie.
That's a separate movie. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I decided this week that Sinestro needs a proper. I guess that would mean we need some Green Lantern to work out. But
there was an arc called the Sinestro Corps.
Yeah, I'm reading that right now. And it's very good. And that made me feel like you could do him right in a movie. Mm-hmm. But he's so stupid on the surface. Like he's just this mustachioed dumb alien. Purple
I'll get
alien.
your Green Lantern.
Yes.
Yellow is my power.
Exactly. He's also very good in that Injustice thing that I've been reading. And there's some stuff there. There's meat there to be harnessed. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, there's some other places you might want to check out. Emerald Dawn, where he's in charge of training Hal Jordan. That's an old series. So I want to say from 80 something. I want to say Emerald Dawn, and then Emerald Dawn 2 is John Stewart. And then there's an arc, and I forget which one it is. Maybe it is in the Sinestro Corps, where he has to confront his daughter over his essentially war atrocities that he's committed, which is also a really cool kind of arc for him.
Yeah, he's wiped out whole planets. He's bad.
Yeah.
He's a very bad man. But he's also purple and dumb looking. Anyway, more on that later.
Do we have any bets on who's going to make an appearance, like side characters that aren't superheroes that are going to make an appearance in the Falcon and Winter Soldier series?
I have no idea. But
no
they're gonna pack it full of these sorts of surprises, right?
I'm hoping so. Yeah.
You'll get down the road and find, I don't know. Where's Samuel L. Jackson right now
sitting on a pile of money.
Well, Nick Fury, you mean he's sitting up in the sword
spaceship
satellite? Yeah.
Okay. So but if you're gonna have him show his face, Falcon and Winter Soldier is a place
Shield
to do
related thing, probably. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see maybe an appearance in Vision in WandaVision. You know,
could be. Also, you could also get if you're looking at Falcon and Winter Soldier, you could also get Michael Douglas
That's
pop
true.
up.
Yeah.
Oh, what about Agent 13?
I like her.
She could totally make an appearance.
Yeah, I like her. Here's what you do. Samuel L. Jackson shows up in one of these sequences, right, and goes, "Why am I in this mother effing dream?" or whatever. Because I assume it's all a dream in the end. That's just my assumption because I haven't seen any of it. But it's all some sort of forced dream.
You want to take an over-under, Brian, on when Scott will watch Falcon and Winter Soldier?
There's just some Legion bullshit going on.
2023.
I don't even have to see it to know there's Legion stuff going on. It smells like Legion. I can smell it. You can just tell. But we'll see.
Well, Legion wasn't dreams either. Legion was mystery box. Legion was frustrating mystery box for a lot longer than WandaVision.
Oh, for
sadly.
sure. For sure.
Yeah.
But that's
I
what
still
you
loved season 2 and the turn that season 2 of Legion took. That was like, oh my god!
Plus,
wow.
Legion is that's where you go to Legion for. Like that's what it exists for. It's not meant to be.
Well, you look at Scarlet Witch and the House of M and all that stuff, and there was some wackadoodle stuff that could have connections to this.
JC Calhoun has the right idea. You don't bet when I'll watch it. You bet how many times I'll see Fury Road between now and the next time I watch it.
I say 3 Fury Roads before he watches WandaVision.
That's not that bad of a prediction. All right. Stephen, always a pleasure talking and hanging with you. Anything going on around the Major Spoilers Network you'd like folks to know about?
Oh, if you are into poetry and want to see how poetry connects to comic books, there's a new So You Want to Read Comics installment that's up on the Major Spoilers website this week, today, in fact, that goes into a couple of comics based on poetry and talks about those and some recommendations and some reading list material for you. Not that you would ever do homework, Scott.
No.
But, there's some stuff there for you.
Yeah.
So much comic shade from Major Spoilers.
Yeah.
today.
Oh, you should have seen all the fake nerds talk that went on in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look, they all want me to turn that card in. I would just say, it's not, I'm going to watch it, you guys. Of course I'm going to see it.
What, Scott, don't worry about it. Look, I have not watched all of Game of Thrones. I have not watched all of The Expanse, and I have not watched, what's the other one? I haven't watched Legion. So all the things that you love, I have also not watched.
Well, get on it, Steven, so that you don't have an entire chat room yelling at you that you're lame and should turn your card in.
Hell, I finished Doctor Who last night. What did you do?
I read some comics and tore a ship apart and
tried to sleep while Kim
regardless,
hummed Alanis Morissette songs and ran her nails down your back.
That's a good point. Oh, that was weird.
Well, regardless, Scott, of whenever you get to watch WandaVision, stay hydrated.
I will stay hydrated. Steven Schleicher, everybody. Major Spoilers on Twitter. We'll see you later. Bye. All right. Oh, he muted himself at the end. I assume he's holding a fart the whole time and then just let it rip.
I'm assuming so too. Yeah.
Yeah. This whole time just hanging on for dear life, and then finally at the end he could let go.
And for the record, I really did like those last 3 episodes of season 12 of Doctor Who. They redeemed themselves at the end there with no more preachy stuff and actual Doctor Who stuff. Doctor Who with the kind of stuff I want. I want some Cybermen. I want some Jadoon. I want some of that business.
Jeannie disagrees with you.
Jeannie disagrees. Yes.
Today, Dice Tomato's name is Jeannie. Jeannie. I haven't watched any of it, so I can't say. But I'm sure it's fine.
Doctor Who.
All right, it's Monday, which means a Monday morning mashup. Although this is technically a bonus mashup that we're going to insert here because Jamie took a little time off, which he deserves. He makes too much of this stuff as it is. And we love it all, and we're always willing to play it. But I'm hoping you get a little breathing time there, Jamie, instead of pounding out another Monday morning mashup. So instead, here's a bonus mashup Brian called Taking Ransom Notes. Okay? Don't know what that means, but here it is.
Which we'll find out at the very end.
Hey, we sure will. Los dos mofs hermanos.
It's not a computer language, it's dos.
Yeah, let me do it again. Los dos manos. Ah, shit. Las dos mofs hermanos.
Close enough.
Stick to the Denver hub unit. That's wrong. Stuck in the Denver Let's do that again. Stuck in the Denver hub. Oh, my Lord. Hold on.
I'm not going to be able to do my last one.
Here we go. Bob and Barry and Barry and Bobby Ann Folks. They're exhibiting behavior that suggests they're desperate for a chick, like building mosque nets out of pebbles. So what'll happen is
nests.
What did I say? Mosque?
You said mosque nets.
Oh, I did not mean that. Darenick Park Zoo in Amersfoort. There's two O's in there, and it's throwing me off. What's his name? Kasich. Took 4 years for Baby Shark to ascend to the top of YouTube's most played chart, Baby Shark. The home was put on the market by Judy and Corcoran. I don't know the Corcoran?
It was put on the market in July.
Oh, why did I say Judy? Shit. Vlogger and rapper Ola JD KSI
Olatunji.
Olatunji. Jury, duty. Shit, I'm reading class. Here we go. Encourage you to do the right thing and turn yourself in right away, says John Ecolacitino.
Ukulito.
The ukulito. I used to play the ukulito in high school. It was really a weird instrument, but people liked it. They could have the possibility of causing scarring and other long-term damage. The results were published Wednesday in the journal PLOS ONE. Prior to the study, we didn't have much information on the impact of spaceflight on the liver, says Karen Johnscher, lead author of the study and associate professor at the University of Colorado's Anschutz Medical Campus. She said in a statement, we knew that astronauts often return with diabetes-like symptoms, and they usually resolve those things quickly. So yeah,
it's like a talking ransom note, like done with different headlines from different magazines.
Like someone's trying to confuse Brad Pitt.
Anschutz and diabetes.
I can't help it. I'm
it's
ruined.
Like having a conversation with Michael Winslow.
I'm ruined. For those who were confused, my reference to Brad Pitt was Seven, because they always try to confuse him in Seven with mishmashes of words.
Gotcha.
Well done. That was great. Thank you for the Monday mashup, and thus endeth the program. It is a new month, everybody. It is literally the 1st of February, which means there's a clear path for you to head on over to patreon.com/TMS and contribute at whatever level you want to, including the entry level, which is only $1, and get all this great content every single day of every single month, 16 episodes per month. It's insane what you can get for $1 these days. So if you'd pay $1 for that, go do it.
Buy that for $1.
That's right. Patreon.com/TMS for that and all other links that you may be looking for everything we do here on the show. You can find it all at the morning stream. At frogpants.com/TMS. themorningstream@gmail.com is our email address. So send us your comments and thoughts. Okay. I think that's it. Do you have anything else? I don't think
I got nothing else.
Okay.
I mean, we're on the cusp. We've recorded some episodes. We have not released any episodes of ANTP, but that is coming up very, very soon because there's a lot of editing and production that needs to happen for those to sound entertaining and fun.
I had a thought, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah, for AMTP. So we were talking about how hard it is that first episode of the new season to let somebody go because it's just so new and fresh, and we barely know them, and we don't know what they're gonna. It feels, like we're really shorting them early. Maybe next season, because I don't think it matters for the first episode, but maybe next season, the way you do it is once a team loses, then you do like randomly somebody on that team gets booed.
Oh God. Okay.
Now the reason that's scary for everybody, right? Because even if somebody did a really good job on the thing, even though they didn't win, it still puts them in jeopardy. But then it wasn't us that sent them to the guillotine or guillotine.
Right.
It was the RNG what done it.
I'm thinking we just extend the season one extra week, and that first week there's a losing team and they have some sort of penalty, but they don't lose a player just yet.
That's not bad either. In fact, that's better.
Then people stick around and because if people suck, they need to go, Scott.
Yeah, if they're bad, then just hit the road, Jack. All right, that's it for my thinking. Hey, Brian, song today?
I've got a song for you, Scott, and for you listeners. Bill Sherman, who goes by Lodier in the chat room, says, for my birthday this year, and since we're all going to need a good laugh after the dumpster fire that was 2020, I wanted to have something patently silly played. If you don't have this song, I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts available. I leave it in the capable hands of the cover master to find me something equally silly to celebrate my 47th rotation around the Soul Star. Signed, Bill Sherman. Well, first off, happy 47th birthday to you, Bill. Hope you have a great, great day.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have a cover of...
wait. Before we do this, we have to do this.
Happy birthday to you.
There. Sorry. Had to do it.
Good.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I don't have a cover of I've Got a Lovely Bunch of Coconuts, which is surprising because it's one of those songs you think would get covered a lot. There's a lot of covers, old covers like by Danny Kaye and... but they're all old croonery style, and so there's no real kind of amusing cover of it. Now, that said, I do have a song that apparently mentions I've Got a Lovely Bunch of Coconuts. At least the original version by the Specials mentions I've Got a Lovely Bunch of Coconuts. It's a song called Enjoy Yourself. This is a great song to help you forget about 2020 because this is a happy song, kind of like, forget all that stuff, enjoy yourself because, well, it's later than you think. So it's kind of also saying your time is running out, so enjoy yourself,
nice.
Which is another one of my philosophies. Here's what's really good about this version. This is a cover by Jools Holland and his Rhythm and Blues Orchestra. Jools Holland, famous keyboardist from Squeeze, also now a BBC host. He's got a great show later with Jools Holland in the UK. This version is performed by one of the giants of reggae. As a matter of fact, like one of the legends who put reggae and ska on the map. It's Prince Buster, who passed away in 2016, but left us with this amazing, amazing cover of Enjoy Yourself. Here's Jools Holland featuring Prince Buster in a cover of the Specials by way of Tommy Dorsey's Enjoy Yourself.
See you guys tomorrow for another edition of TMS. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Come to the point, gentlemen.
Yes.
Is that targeted at me?